I wanna boogie with you, let me boogie with you. It's your time to shine, live life, love God, then yourself, then boogie time. It's boogie time. It's boogie time.
Hey y'all, it's Boogie Time Speaks, thoughts, reflection, and commentary. Welcome back to another episode. Hope y'all are doing wonderful. I look forward to these. I look forward to y'all comments. The engagement is great. And it's so crazy. These are not even my highest viewed videos, but I cherish them as much as they were because I really can tell that you guys put thought into your comments and are really engaging. So I really appreciate that. So shout out to y'all. Y'all are awesome. But let's get into the topic. A man that sleeps on the floor can't fall out of bed. Again, I say, a man that sleeps on the floor can't fall out of bed. What does that mean to y'all? Okay, if I were to hear this for the first time, now my opinion's changing. But okay, if I were to hear this for the first time, I would think it has to do with comfort. You get what I'm saying? Or playing it safe, rather. I won't even say comfort, because if you're laying on the floor, you can't fall out of bed, so you can't feel the impact of falling out of bed. You are already on the floor. But could that be rock bottom? Is that something to be feared? Should you want to be in the bed? Like, what does that really mean? I know y'all probably like, Boogie, this is the topic for this week. Well, yes, it is. Because sometimes I just want to chat with y'all and just bounce ideas off and think and see what y'all are thinking. It's not about me just, yapping my gums. It's things that pop in my head all the time. Like, and this is only the beginning, y'all, so get ready. And I'm like, what does that mean? Now, I first heard this wonderful quote on the best sitcom ever, Martin. This episode in particular, Martin he had just went through finding himself because I believe, he had lost his job, and he had went on this quest, and he joined this cult, temporarily kind of broke up with Gina because he felt like he needed to find himself because he was looking for work, couldn't find nothing, was about to pawn her engagement ring until he was like, yo, I need a reality check. I can't do this. So rather than working it out with her, he chose to isolate himself, got himself caught up in this cult. Was it Naji Rumba? My Martin fans will know. And you'll know the wig he had on, the nappy dreaded wig he had on, the cult he ended up getting away from, all of that stuff, right? Hilarious episode. But so once he got home and started coming to his senses, even though he still was kind of in that cult-like world, he ended up saying, a man that sleeps on the floor can't fall out of bed. And he had another one, something about salmon and swimming and all, So some people probably like, this is just some random stuff. It's Martin, right? But it ain't, because I'm like, this, even though we watch sitcoms, they always, a lot of times, have meaning, or it's mixed in with something historical or whatever, but they deliver it in a comedic way, So I did do like a little rough Google search. I didn't do a real in-depth one. But there are some things that came up for that on Reddit. Someone mentioned that the man who sleeps on the floor can never fall out of bed was said by someone named Alan Watts, who said it was a proverb from somewhere else. And basically the person goes on to explain that when you're already on the ground, you're already in reality, so to speak. So nothing really takes you by surprise. It is what it is. That's kind of where I was thinking along the lines of rock bottom. But he said it can be interpreted different ways. And that's why I love different quotes as well as poetry too. Sometimes it's best to just keep it up unknown. You never know what the original author really meant by whatever they said, you know? But for me, when I think of it, it makes me think of kind of like if you're on the floor, you can't fall out of bed. You know what I mean? You're already at the bottom, or you're already here. So it like, yeah, kind of like what he said, it can't really take you by surprise, you know? Now, obviously, my answer is, you know, my positive thinking self won't want to just rest in being completely being basically comfortable with being at the rock bottom, but still. But that's not what this is about. This is about kind of what we think this means. So, yeah, y'all, I just want y'all to, like, chime in. A man that sleeps on the floor can't fall out of bed. There's also some other interpretations and arguments about where this came from. So feel free to do your own research. But what does it mean to you? Doesn't mean anything to you. And if you were to create this quote, what would you want it to mean? Let's just have fun with it. Let's just like pull it apart. I don't know, pretend we're in college or something again and we get being real philosophical and deep, right? You know, I'm again a huge Martin fan, and I'm like, yo, that's what I'm gonna talk about. A man that sleeps on the floor can't fall out of bed. If y'all enjoyed this episode, please let me know. I'm like smiling the whole way through it because it's fun. It's light, but I really think this quote can pack a lot of meaning, and I like that type of stuff just as much. So hope y'all had fun with this Boogie Time Speaks. This is definitely some thoughts, some reflection, and some commentary all in one. Drop some ideas below of what you want me to talk about next week, or hey, maybe later on this week. I don't know. We having fun. We winging it with positivity. I'm your winging it homegirl. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't seen or listened to rather any of the other Boogie Time Speaks, check them out. I will have a mixture of sometimes showing myself, sometimes just behind the mic. You're gonna probably hear me behind the mic more because it's easier. But yeah, check out previous episodes. Drop some ideas below. Let me know what you thought of this episode, your interpretation. And until next time, peace.
I wanna boogie with you. Let me boogie